Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome everybody to another stream on the Aviator 268 channel. We are here in Tampa, Florida, in the A321 from the FENIX simulation, one of the paywares that is on the market right now. And it is the Sharklets, which is why you would probably see Shark SL in the description. We are flying their newest release, which is the winglets version of the A321. So we're here at the gate. We just got in from Charlotte and we're heading over to Miami this evening. It's going to be a night flight. Hopefully we'll get some ATC on the way over. So without any further ado, let's get right into the planning of the flight and get out of here. Over on the EFB, we're gonna go to the FENIX app, My Flights, and we're gonna import next flight. And we see that we have 11 minutes left in the flight. We're going to actually add a little bit more to that, just so that we can get some time with that. And we'll go ahead and go on a mass and balance and load the aircraft. We're going to start with boarding and refueling one time. The fuel that we need is going to be about 12,000 pounds, and so that's just 2,000 pounds, so it's not going to take that long to do. So we have the cargo compartments opening at the moment, getting themselves prepared for the loading.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
See if I can turn this down just a little bit to make sure it doesn't overpower. Guys, let me know in the comments if the music is a little bit too loud or if that's good. I would greatly appreciate that. So our flight is 173 passengers is what we're going to have today, and our planned cargo is going to be 5,700 pounds. And as I said, the planned fuel is 12,428, and we already have 10,000 in the tanks from our flight earlier into Tampa from Charlotte. Since our flight is imported, we can go to our McDo, to the ATSU on the right side, AOC menu, and we're going to import our flight. For this one, init data request. Once that loads up, it will let us know that we're going from Tampa to Miami, which is in here, American 2526. On the left side, we will take the init page, init request. And since this is the second flight, we've already done all the tests for the first flight, so it's pretty straightforward as to us setting up right now. Alpha Lima 2526, costing next today is 75, and we're going to fly at level 230. In our district, we will go to flight plan, departing off of runway 19 right today. That was our arrival into Tampa, so we take the same departure. And we are taking, let's see what our flight plan says. Our flight path, where's our flights? Flight log. Let's see here. Log remarks. Alright, so we got it here. Gandhi, Sabi, Frogs 4. So we'll take Gandhi 8 via Sabi. Enter that in, then go to Miami. The arrival is ILS 8 right. Based on the Frogs 4, technically we're supposed to use ILS runway 9er, But we're gonna stick with 8 right. There is a controller online and he may or may not give us 8 right. So we'll keep 8 right for now. And our transition for this arrival is via Sabi as well, so we should be able to get that. Come on, where are you? There we go. Transition Sabi. Insert. So if we look at our primary flight display and go to plan mode, we will see departure off of runway 19 right, passing 540 feet. We should go direct to Gandhi, then to Piers, Murdo, then to Sabi, then Exact, Nancy, Cleat, Bargain, Hamas, Frogs, Art, Aspirin, PBJ, Shar, Acer, then Leg, and then we'll fly direct into the runway. Let's double check that with the flight plan here. Arrival using the Frogs 4. So we're taking off from Tampa, and let's see here. Sabi transition, Exact, Manatee, then to Cleats, Barbin, Hamas, Frogs, Enoli, all the way down, and we should, by the time we get to Frogs, then we switch to the ILS, so that would be here, Chrome, Cobra, and we'll brief that once we get near. Cool. So we'll go through that shortly with our departure brief. Let's finish up the rest of the FMS. So we've done data, init, flight plan. Now we go to the S, which is our second flight plan. Copy the active. After 540, we want to, if anything, return to Tampa, KTPA, new destination. Arrival will be the ILS runway 19 right, which we will depart of. No star, so we just turn around and land. That is done. DIFSR, RadNav is fine. Then we go back to our second page. On the right side, we will take the load sheet that has just come in. Our flight today, page 2 on the left side, we have 146.8, 146.8 as our zero fuel weight, 26.4 as our center of gravity, and our block fuel today is 12.4, that goes in here. Fueling is done. We can turn on our pumps in the overhead panel and start our APU. 1, 2, 3, 4, and turn on the seatbelt signs as well. We can accept that load sheet based on the flight plan. We should have some tailwinds of, oh, it says headwinds, -5. Not enough. Would be a big problem. Welcome guys, welcome to the stream. We're just setting up here at the gate in Tampa. And our alternate we can get from here. Fuel and weight. So our reserves will be 2.6, which will be half an hour to get up to, no, it would be 4.1, which would be half an hour, just about half an hour to get up to Orlando if we need to. So that is 4.2. So we put 4.2 in our alternate, which will leave us back with 17 minutes extra should we need it. Minimum destination fuel will be about, let's see, that's 6.4. That's more than good enough. Accepted that, and that is good to go. So our takeoff weight is 158.8 based on information that is in. That may change in terms of the zero fuel weight should we get any extra passengers who may be flying standby heading over to Miami tonight. For our perf now, which will be the next thing we do, diff strip, and we go to our perf. We will input the preliminary flight load, flap 1, Tampa, runway 19 right, dry surface, no toga, anti-ice off, packs on, sync the flight, weather, and let's go. We have 1 up 0.4, 54. So we have flaps 1 up 0.4 and the flex temp of 54 degrees. And we have preliminary 149.154.157, 49, 54, 57. And with that, our FMC is complete. I'm going to pause the music for a second. I want you to listen to something. There's something really cool that this system has in place right now. So the FENIX has its own music and announcements. So I'll let you hear from time to time as the passengers board, and you can see here they're boarding. Flight attendant there waiting for them to come on board, and literally we are boarding pretty fast. We have 101 of 173.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are soon ready to depart. We cannot do so until our customers are seated with their seatbelts securely fastened. And we do appreciate your patience and cooperation helping us get our flight underway this afternoon.
The seatbelt sign is on. Please be seated and fasten your seatbelt.
It's been over 3 minutes, so the air bleed can go on right now. So we are.
We cannot shut the aircraft door until all customers are seated with their seatbelts fastened. Your items, as they will be placed in airplane mode, will be starting our journey momentarily.
Boarding is just about complete, and we have the baggage, the last set of baggage is coming onto the airplane right now, so that will be completed shortly. We can turn this down just a bit. Alright, while we're waiting on that, let's go ahead and do our briefing. Captain, everyone is through the gate. You can get your clearance now. Yes, sir, Joe, we can. Definitely. Unfortunately, we don't have any air traffic control online right now, so we're gonna pretend that we already have it, and we're going to talk about our departure right now. So this will be the departure briefing. All right, today's flight is American 2526 to Miami. Chadwick Gordon, thanks for the sub, man. Appreciate you. Welcome to the stream, brother. Appreciate you, Chad. We are departing off of Foxtrot 82, which is our gate, and for the departure, we'll push back onto Victor, then take Victor to Whiskey 8, hold short of runway 19 for departure. We're using departure Gandhi 8 RNAV, and as we check this departure, it is chart 20-3 Charlie, 10 May 24, effective 16 May. And based on the instructions, our top altitude is 6,000 feet, so we'll dial in 6,000 feet in the window. And our instruction for initial climb, runway 19 right, climb on heading 187 to 540 feet, then climb to the assigned altitude on heading 203, or as assigned by ATC. Since there's no ATC on board at this time, once we take off, we'll make a right turn 203, then direct Gandhi, join Gandhi to Piers, Piers to Murdo, and then Murdo to Sabi. which will also join the arrival into Miami. There isn't any that I can see any threats on our departure for today, pretty much straightforward. However, on our takeoff at or below V1, if there are any ECAM warnings that will come up, anything that will make the flight unflyable, we will call stop, close the thrusters, close the thrust, and come to a complete stop, then exit on the nearest taxiway. We will then assess the situation and determine whether we will come around to the gate or we'll resume for another flight. At or above V1, we're committed to the takeoff. We climb up to 3,000 feet. At 3,000 feet, we will stabilize the aircraft, climb the aircraft, and we'll assess the situation. If we need to turn around and come back, we'll do so. We're well under our landing weight, max landing weight. So be able to make a right turn. We already have the secondary flight on the aircraft in the FMC. So we'll be able to turn, make a right base, join the downwind for runway 19er, and rejoin for the ILS runway 19. I inadvertently removed that, so we'll put that back in here, 19er right. Where is it? There we go. ILS 19 right. So that is set for us. We don't have any other issues. Aircraft is in tip-top shape, so we should be good. We have 170. Double check that. 173 passengers today taken to Miami. So if we have any issues, we'll just make sure we advise ATC of that. If there are any questions, our departure briefing is complete. So guys, we're just waiting on the next few passengers, 162 of 173. So we can remove the ground power, 163 of 73. Passengers taking their seat here in the first class.
So until all customers are seated with your seatbelt securely fastened. And we do appreciate your patience and cooperation helping us get our flight underway this afternoon.
This guy would forever be drinking while this one is on his iPad chilling. A pretty long air, but if you've been on the A321, this aircraft is pretty long. And so all the way back there we have this door. Then we have a partition here for first class. Then there's another partition here. There's a restroom back there. I remember sitting in the A321 back here the last time I flew on the 321. So yeah, pretty long airplane. Supposedly a wannabe 757, but we'll leave that one alone. Alright, let's double check our FMC to make sure we have everything. Go back in init B, sorry, init A, and we'll get our wind request. Alright, boarding is now complete.
If you are sitting in an exit seat, please review the safety card in the seat pocket. You may need to open the exit in an emergency.
Got a final load sheet, so we click final load sheet and we'll double check. Init B, 146.8 is what we had, it's now 145.5. This is pretty realistic because these things change, and this is one of the reasons why I appreciate the FENIX, because for example we have 173 passengers plus 4, which would have given us a little bit more in terms of, or changed the zero fuel weight. So I like the idea that it changes, so you have to double check to make sure. It wasn't too badly off, therefore the performance should remain the same. So we just simply take the final load sheet here, click calculate. We see that we didn't change much. Our V speeds remain the same. However, our trim is now 0.7. I think that was a little bit different. Yes, so it is now up 0.7 and we are good to go. Flight 10 would pop our head in and say, yeah, they're ready. Ready, everything is good. All right, close the doors and let's get the checklist going. So gear pins and covers are removed. Fuel quantity is 12.4. Seatbelt signs are on. ADRs use nav and by reference. Let's recheck that before we do anything. The current meter is 299.8, so we just add 1. 299.8 checked 3 times. back to our checklist. So before start, parking brake is set. Takeoff speeds. We'll have takeoff speed on the left side while we have the flight plan on the right side, since we are the pilot flying today. View speeds 149, 154, 157. Windows close and lock, and the beacon is now coming on.
Locking gear.
Don't want to interrupt that. So pins away, we now have the jet bridges away rather. Now we have the pushback tug coming onto the aircraft. We'll see our aircraft rise just a bit. That's symbolizing, there we go, rising. And we are on 195, so we'll now let people at Tampa know. I think there's one guy still on here. I think. Should be. And we're going nose left, facing northwest on taxiway Yankee.
Release parking brakes, please.
Tampa traffic, American 2526, push and start from Foxtrot 82. Tampa traffic. Cool. Parking brake is now released. And we can restart the
All
timer.
engines clear. Start at will.
Or just starting at will.
Flight attendants, arm doors, and cross check. Stand by for all call. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats as quickly as possible. Thank you.
Start switch is now going to start, and we'll start sequence 1, then 2, starting 1.
Video has concluded. We'll be in the aisles to answer any questions you have before we're seated for taxi out. And my name is Susan. I'm your purser for today's flight, along with Charles in the economy cabin. We do welcome you aboard.
Wait for the available light
Welcome
on.
to our American Airlines flight. On its way to one of our many destinations across the globe. Made possible by our dedicated team members.
And engine 1 is started and available. Start engine number 2.
That's why your safety is so important to us. So let's go over some in-flight instructions so that we can get you safely on your way.
To buckle your seatbelt, insert the metal end into the buckle and pull the strap to tighten. To open, lift the top of the buckle. And remember, seatbelt should be fastened whenever you're seated in case of unexpected turbulence. Now, make sure your seat is upright. All larger electronic devices
Parking brake is set.
carry
Door
on
disconnect.
device all the way under the seat in front of you, and your tray table is stowed. Larger carry-on luggage goes in the overhead bin. If you have a handheld device, please switch it to airplane mode now. If your electronic device falls into your seat, please do not adjust your seat and contact a crew member for assistance. US
Like they
law
dropped the
prohibits
plane a while
smoking,
ago.
including e-cigarettes at any time. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying smoke detectors in the lavatories may result in a fine. US law requires all to comply with lighted and posted signs and crew member instructions. Now let's review the safety card. Explains the safety features
Engine
of this
2
airplane,
started
including the
and will
location
be
and
available
operation
right
of
there.
exits and
Now
flotation
we can
devices.
put
This aircraft is
engine
designed
mode to
with
norm,
path lighting on or near
arm the
floor.
speed brakes,
In the unlikely
and
event
we can do the after start checklist. After start check, anti-ice with alt, ECAM status is check.
Right is clear.
Pitch trim is
All exits on this airplane are clearly
0.7
Take a
up,
moment to locate the
and
nearest
that
door.
is
Keep in
set,
mind, it may be
and
behind you. All door
rudder
exits
trim
have
is
evacuation
set
slides
to
use
neutral.
in the unlikely
After start
event of an
checklist is
emergency.
complete.
In a water evacuation,
Let's
the exit
do
door slides
our
to the front
flight control
and back
check.
of the airplane may be detached
Rudder
and
left,
used for
as you see on the
flotation.
lower
You'll
ECAM,
find the exact
rudder
location
right,
on your safety card. When directed
neutral,
to exit, jump onto the slide
left,
and move away from the airplane.
right,
If the cabin loses pressure, oxygen
neutral,
masks will drop
fully up,
automatically. While remaining seated
fully
with your
down,
seatbelt fastened, Hold down on the mask or
Neutral.
the red streamer to start the flow of oxygen. Place the mask over your nose and
Flaps
mouth, and put
1.
the elastic band over your head.
And
Then
we
pull
do the
straps
after
to
start. The
tighten
taxi
and
check
breathe
is
normal.
flaps. Flight
Remember
control
to
check.
always
Flap
put your
setting
own mask
1
on
plus
first
F.
before helping others. Know that oxygen is flowing, even if the bag doesn't
And
inflate.
set.
Life vests are located under, next to, or between
Radar
your seats. For
and
help
the
locating
predictive
them,
wind
see your safety
shear
card. To remove the vest,
on and
pull the tab
auto.
or compartment handle to break the seal.
Engine mode
If equipped
selector
with an
is
elastic
normal,
harness, remove the
ECAM
harness. Remove the vest from the package like this.
is
Put the vest over
take
your head.
off
Wrap the strap around your waist.
1 blue,
Attach
which
the
will be the
buckle
check,
and pull tight.
and that will come
Once
off
outside,
once we
pull
get
the tab to inflate your vest or blow into the red tube. In the water,
that
light
blue
on
will
your
come
vest
off
will
once
automatically
the
illuminate.
check is
If
the
necessary, an infant life vest will be
flight
issued
attendant
with
finishes
light
their
number.
checks.
The safety card shows how to use it.
Alright,
It's our
everything
honor
is
to
set.
care
We
for
can
you
take
on your
off our
journey.
APU
If you have any
and
questions,
we are
please refer
ready
the
to
safety
go.
card, or feel free to ask any of the cabin crew as they do their final
Those
cabin
lights
check.
coming on.
And as always,
When we turn
let
off
us know
lights
if
coming
there's
on.
anything we can do to
And
make
I
your
just
journey more
love the whole
enjoyable.
idea of this LED lights. Makes it really easy for us to taxi so we'll be able to see. Alright, parking brake is released.
American Airlines.
And
You are ready to
let's go. Breakaway thrust, and we will taxi via Victor all the way down
Ladies and gentlemen, in
to
just a few moments, we will be dimming our cabin lighting for the duration of our flight. If you should need additional lighting, your individual reading light controls, flight attendant call button, camera phone on your TV monitor, and your air conditioning vent can be found on the panel above your seat. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be taking off in just a few minutes. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for departure.
time of traffic American 2526 taxi via Victor to Victor 8 runway 19 right Tampa. Alright, so we are looking good. Our airplane outside, and as you see right now, the cabin is dark. That's what's supposed to happen, and that's what we like to see. Nice and dark cabin. They have dimmed the lights. Pretty realistic. Flight time today, guys, is approximately 37 minutes. 1 hour and 5 minutes gate to gate. We should get there within the hour. So pretty quick flight jumping from Tampa to Miami. Let's double check to make sure we have ATC on board. ATC is still available, so we should have some chatter on the background shortly. Once we get airborne, because of a short flight, we'll have to do our approach briefing once we get to cruise, so that we are ready for that. One of the things with the Airbus, once it's light, once it gets going, it's going to keep going. So right now we're going at 19 knots, which is not bad. You get to the runway pretty quickly. If you're just running, welcome, welcome, welcome. We just pushed on the gate, so you didn't miss much. Welcome to the stream. If you haven't already done so, please like and subscribe. And of course, hit that notification bell so you don't miss it next time we go live. Thank you so much for the support. It is greatly appreciated. We should hear a buzz shortly, as the flight attendants will let us know that they are fully ready for departure. On this cool, nice night for Miami. So just to review, okay, let's slow this baby down. 21 knots. Let's slow down. There we go. Just to review for our departure, we'll take off heading 187, then turn right 203 after passing 540 feet, heading 203. Then climb to 6,000, then direct Gandhi, joining the rest of the departure. Below V1, if we have any ECAM warnings, we will come to a complete stop. Assess the situation. If we need to turn on taxiway, we will turn on taxiway.
Looks like we're number 1 for takeoff. Flight attendants, please prepare for departure.
There is the buzzer.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
They need to fix that because it should say they're ready. Nevertheless, we're fine. Alright, so we're gonna make a left here. As I was saying, below V1 we'll come to a complete stop, close the thrusters, and we'll advise what we do next. At or above V1, we're committed to the takeoff. We'll climb 3,000, clean up the aircraft, assess the situation. If we have to make a turn, we will make right base, right downwind, and come back to land on runway 19 right, which is already set in the system, so we are good to go. Levy Brown, what's going on, man? Flight, what's cargo? Not sure what you're asking, what you mean. Hey, what's going on, Harley Aviation? Welcome, 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 guys. We are ready to go, so we're going to enter the runway right now. Advise Tampa traffic, American 2526, line up runway 19 right. We are clear to right and clear to left. Turn on the strobes as we enter the runway. Lovely 321, and let's take out the pedal disconnect so that we have our rudders on departure. We don't want to have a situation where we can't steer on the ground. What's up, Jared? What's up, man? Welcome to the stream, bro. And line up. Very good. And everything looks good. Turn on the landing lights. Harley Aviation wants if I'm buying 2024. Yeah, I'll buy it. I'll eventually buy it. If I'm gonna buy it on the date it releases, I'm not sure. Time by 1 second, guys. Let's get off the ground. Time of traffic, American 2526, takeoff runway 19 right via the Gandhi 8 departure. Time of traffic. Alright, let's go. Levi Brown, subbed in. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Start the timer. And we will advance to 1.2. Pressure on the stick. And Manflex 54 SRS runway outer thrust is blue. $80 knots. Release the pressure. Try to keep that center line. V1. Rotate. And we are pins away. Positive rate. Gear up. Passing 540 feet, we make a right turn 203. 540, right turn. Follow the flight director. Let's get that heading bug set. Heading mode. Time of traffic, American 2523, cleared runway, passing 1.2, climb flight number 230, direct Gandhi. Traffic last call. Trust climb. And flaps up. I feel I want to hand fly the airplane all the way up. What do you think? Appreciate that subscription there, Harley. Appreciate it. So we're going to climb now to flight number 230. And we're going to switch now to Unicom 122.8. And we can now go direct to Gandhi and resume the departure. So we follow the flight directors as we hand fly the aircraft at least up to 10,000 feet.
From all of us at American Airlines, thank you for flying with us today. A special welcome to Advantage in One World members. If you are not an Advantage member, you can sign up at aa.com/join to earn miles for today's flight and continue earning miles with our retail and travel partners. Our Advantage Aviator Red World Elite MasterCard is another great way to earn miles for
Anybody
everyday
flying
purchases
American Airlines
and
regularly
enjoy
and remember
benefits,
this announcement?
such as your first checked bag free, preferred boarding, and no foreign transaction fees. Not an Aviator card member? See a flight attendant and receive an exclusive offer when you apply in-flight today. Shortly, we will begin our in-flight service. We offer a selection of complimentary beverages. Wi-Fi service is available on this flight. Connect to the AA in-flight signal and open your browser. You can access AA.com free of charge to view flight connections and other travel information. If you need to power your device, AC
Yeah, man,
power
you can
outlets
get
are
the
located at every
so
seat.
with the FENIX, you can actually
While
get.
you are seated,
Let me
please
turn it
keep
down
your
just a bit.
seatbelt fastened and visible to the
Let
crew
me turn that
when the
down
seatbelt
just
sign
a
is
bit.
on.
Yeah, so the FENIX actually comes with the whole pack. It comes with one that's generic, but then you can actually find some packs. There's a Discord channel with the actual persons would have created the different airline specific, so you can just check that out. There's a Discord channel for passenger announcements, and you're able to get the different ones for the different airlines you choose to. So it makes your flight a little bit more interesting. That's one of the things that happens with the FENIX. It gives you that realistic feel. And again, it is with the new update with the winglets, you're now able to fly more realistically, meaning the aircraft that flies the winglets traveling wherever it's going, you're able to do the same thing. All right, passing 10,000 feet, we can turn off our exterior lighting. And we will dip our nose just a bit so we can get up to our cruise speed. Yeah, so it makes it really, really cool listening to the announcements, and I can turn them on or off by simply just pressing this button. So if an announcement is made, you wouldn't hear it. So it kind of keeps the noise out of the cockpit, so to speak. So we turn it off for now, but we are on our way up to flight level 230. And yes, we are still hand flying. Still hand flying. One of the reasons I love the night flying, you get to see these lights. Microsoft Flight Simulator makes it as real as it can get. I'm pretty sure 2024 has some more features. I don't doubt it. And so the questions that you asked earlier, Harley, if I'm going to get it, yeah, I will. Because I'm actually interested in seeing what Anybuilds would have done with their A330s. You know, we don't want to be bashing the A330 that just came out for Airsoft, but they have been working on the A330s over there, and if you get the whole suite of them, the 330, 200, and 300, you know, you get quite a bit. So I am excited to do that. Plus, of course, the A350 from Anybuilds as well is another one for us to see. So I'm actually waiting for that. I'm excited for that one as well. And since Fly-by-Wire would have released their A380, it gives us a kind of precursor to the A350, because, of course, in the real world, the A380 is a different setup than what we have right here in the 319 through 220 and so on. So being able to utilize that 380, it gives us an idea as to what to expect for the A350. So that's really what I'm waiting on. I'm really excited for that. My birthday is in a couple of days on the weekend, so it's kind of like, I don't know if it's a surprise, not surprise, but a birthday for myself, birthday gift to myself, but that would be something that I would really love to check out once it comes out on the following Tuesday. How do you guys feel about the Microsoft 2024 coming out? Climbing up to flight level 230, we can get some music back on. So if you just joined in, welcome to the stream, guys. We appreciate you joining in. We are climbing I said flying. Wow, I can't talk now. Climbing up to flight level 230 as we head over to Miami. There is a controller online, so hopefully once we get to our cruise altitude, we'll be able to check in with them very shortly. Hand flying the aircraft. It's a very good aircraft to hand fly. Very simple. I'm hardly doing anything to the joystick, just making small adjustments, which makes this plane such a joy to hand fly. So we are currently climbing up to flight level 230. Once we cross 18,000, we will then set all the altimeters to standard, as that is the standard for the United States. So we are heading up. Take a look outside. Where is that moon shining down on our airplane? I'm not seeing the moon. Oh well. A321 from FENIX. You want the FS2024 so bad? Passing flight level 180, standard set twice and 3 times. What is your favorite aircraft? It's time to... Alright, take it easy, man. Have a good one. Thanks for joining. Pitch down just a little bit. Get our speed back up. Airbus pilot have it so easy. Yeah, Joel, we have it easy just a bit. I mean, there's a lot of things, a lot of protections are going on that is better. Well, actually, that is not entirely true. I guess if you're comparing it to the 737, yes. Because the 737 is really, and I was talking to a friend of mine, and they said they refer to the 737 as a dirty 737 because a lot of things are still old school on the 737s. So whereas you have, I guess the MCAS is the only thing that would somewhat comes close to that protection that the Airbus has. But of course we all know what happened with the MCAS. They got told to change the standard. Didn't know that. In terms of what? When you say got told to change the standard, what you mean? There are some Boeing airplanes that are very much electric right now. Everything runs on electric. The 787, for example, that's one of the airplanes that kind of symbolizes or replicates the Airbus in terms of its simplicity, where everything is simply right there. You don't have to do much. The buttons that you would see in terms of the what you call them now? Why am I forgetting the name? These behind here, the circuit breakers. There we go. The circuit breakers are, you don't have much on the 787 simply because it's all automated. The altimeter was blinking after I saw after I passed it. Yeah. So the altimeter blinks on the, does that for the 737 as well. Still hand flying this baby up to flight level 230. Alright. And that horn let us know that we are coming up to flight level 230, and you see that we have that flashing there. So we're going to engage autopilot 1, alt star, and there's somebody flying above us. Let's see. Yeah, they're 2,800 feet above us, flying. I don't know where they're heading to. We can always see that. Alright, so now we're at our cruise. Let's check in now with Miami's arrival, and we're gonna be on the Frogs 4. So let's check out the Frogs 4, and we're entering via Sabi, and we should be below flight number 230, which is one of the reasons, sorry, below 250, which is why we are not climbing any higher. So we cross Sabi at above, at or below 200, flight number 250 at 280 knots. Then we take exact down to Mansi or Matney, then to Cleat between flight level 210 and flight level 280, then continue to Hamas at or above 11,000, 280 knots, then Frogs, and based on our flight plan, we will cross Art, Aspen, PBJ, and Char, which is here. So we cross Frogs, Art between 9,000 and 11,000, Aspen below 10,000, PBJ above 8,000, then Char, Acer, and then to Leg at 4,000, and that will be, we'll hope for runway 8 right. If not, we'll request it from the arrival, the terminal arrival. Okay, so we're going to take our arrival information here. We're going to refresh. We're hoping for 8 right. We'll apply the meter, and so our current weight is 154.4, so we'll change that to 154.4, and it's saying that we need a landing distance of 7,349. When we check our landing runway, which is runway 8 right, we have a landing distance of 10,507, so if we're landing in 7,000 feet, somewhere around here, so we should exit off of hopefully Mike 7 or Mike 9, and so that we will plan for Mike 9. Our gate is going to be Delta 45, which is within in between this section here. So once we exit off of Mike 7 or Mike 9, we'll take Mike to Whiskey and then to our gate Delta 45. The aircraft has let us know we need to put in our data information, so let's do that really quick. Wind is 090 at 10 with an altimeter of 299.7. So let's go into perf phase and we go 2997. Temperature is 27 and 090 at, was it 7? 090 at 10. And so we will add 5 knots to our approach speed, so that's 145. I'm not sure why this is saying flight level 185 for transition level, it's 180. And let's go back to our arrival. Our decision height is 450, and that is set. Distance to our top of descent is in 36 nautical miles, so we are going to set our initial descent down to 11,000. And we're going to put in our fix of India Mike Foxtrot Alpha. So our fix India Mike Foxtrot Alpha. And we're going to put a 15-mile range. That's 15. Then we'll do it India Mike Foxtrot Alpha. And let's see what we need. At lawn is 6, so we put 7 as our range. Alright. 28 nautical miles. Let's begin that descent. And we'll do a managed descent. And very shortly we'll get a message to contact the approach controller, which is 124.85. So let's put that in one time, 124.85. So once he calls, we will be able to respond quickly. 12485 seconds. One thing we did not brief for the arrival will be the missed approach. So let's do that right now. For a missed approach into Miami, we're looking at chart 11-2. And that is for 15 March 24. ILS or localizer 8 right into Miami. The Miami localizer for this approach is 110.3 and approach course is 092, and we should be at lawn at 1500 feet. ILS decision height is 450 and touchdown zone is 8 feet. Airport is 9 feet. On the south side of the airport, our MSA is 2900 and the north side is 2100. And so for our missed approach, we climbed the 800, then climbing left turn to 3000 on heading 270, outbound to on the Dolphin VOR radio 335 to Barber, and then we will hold as directed by ATC. There's air traffic control online, so if we have to do any missed approach, we definitely follow the missed approach up until Barber, and we will intend to hold. Otherwise, we will let air traffic control vector us back for an arrival. There are no extremes in the area. There aren't any threats, immediate threats into the area. In the area, on the approach is a antenna that's off to the right at 549 feet. So we should be fine with that is concerned once we enter the final approach. So if there are no questions, then our approach briefing is complete. Descending through level 205 down to 11,000 initially, passing 16,000, we should be contacted by the air traffic control, so we will look out for that. Altimeter is 2997, so we will set that. Look outside once again. The A321 from FENIX. A nice smooth descent, which is one of the reasons we begin our descent before the actual descent point, based on what pilots would have said in their discussions, is that you start it at least 20-30 miles out so you get that smooth descent, initial descent at least, into the arrival. So everything is looking good. Descending through 180, we will now set the local altimeter. We will see the standard flash as well to let us know that we are crossing level 180. And we'll set the local altimeter, which is 2997. Altimeter is set once, twice, and 3 times. And there is an ATIS, so let's check the arrival ATIS into Miami. Information Juliet, wind 070 at 6, 10 central mile, raining, light rain scattered at 1800, overcast at 2200, temperature 26, altimeter 299R8. So we will set 299R8. And so that's another thing we have to make sure we double check the ATIS to make sure that we have the correct information. Landing runways, multiple approaches conducted, parallel conversion at intersection runways, arrival expect ILS 8 right, 9 and 12. RNAV or GPS approach runway 8 left. Landing runway 12 to hold short of runway 9 is 8,100 feet. Landing runway 9 to hold short at runway 12 is 9,750. If unable to hold short, notify approach on initial contact or as soon as possible. Notice the air missions. Runway 9er RVR is OTS, and we just got that buzzer to contact approach, so we'll do just that on 124.80.
Maintain 3000 to establish localize and clear ILS 12 for American 1368.
Miami approach Pleasant, good evening, American 2526 descending through 14,000 for 11,000. (5134) on the squawk. 5134 American 2526. So we use low brake. Continue descent down to 4,000, which will be our final. And we're going to give a little bit of a speed brake to bring down the speed a bit. We should be at 250 when crossing ART. And of course, airplane is letting us know we need more drag. Cool. Two 998. Any possibility for 8 right tonight? Roger, we'll go for a 9er. American 2926. Alright, so we cannot do that, so we'll have to change that now to 9er, right? 9er. So we'll just add that into so we'll insert that, and we need to select heading just to make sure we don't have any issues. Insert, and we can now go back to let's go direct PBJ. And now I need to change Right, so there we have it. We have to now go to runway 9er. So that is now, let's see, India Bravo. Let's go to our fix. India Bravo Uniform Lima 15. India Bravo Uniform Lima 7. And let's see here, similar distance, so we shouldn't have a problem. This is now 208, so we need to change that to 208, and we're good to go. Cross leg at 4,000 kilometers, like American 2926. Alright, so we are cleared to cross leg at 4,000 and the ILS, so we will bring back the speed shortly. Let's start doing that now. So let's go to 210, because this is all going to happen really quickly. And we'll extend some speed brakes to help us get down. We're below 10,000 feet, so we'll turn on our exterior lighting. And we can kill some of the lights in the flight deck. Give us a little more visual on the outside. And there we go. So we're coming down to 210. And that first range ring is going to make us a reminder for 180 knots. So we're going to do that. We're going to go 210 for right now. Give the speed brake, keep the speed brakes out so we can increase the rate of descent down to 4,000 so we can cross leg at 4,000. I'm going to go ahead and activate the approach phase. Turn on the landing system. So we're 22 nautical miles from the field, and we can arm the localizer. The localizer is armed, and 120.5. 120.5. 120.5.
734.
Approach American 2526, send 6,000, 4,000 at leg.
American 2370, radar contact, expect the island for mountain altimeter 2997, or correction 298.
2998, runway 9, American 2526.
American 2526, mountain express runner.
Okay, so we are coming down now to 5,000. Still a little bit high, but not high, we're still a bit fast, trying to get down to 210, but we'll allow the aircraft to do that. We're now below the glide, above the glide, and that is coming up now, so we can be below the glide, which is what we want. So runway is ahead, we can see that. I am not going to engage the approach right now. I'm going to allow the aircraft to come down to 4,000. Go ahead and descend below that 3,000 just so that we can get below the glide some more. Then we'll slow down to 180. Speed check flaps 1. There we go. Can we track the speed brakes now? Now that we're below the glide.
Back 2526, contact Miami Tower 18.3, good night.
18.3, good night. So we're now getting down to 180. And this is 18.3. And we can listen to that. And we can arm the approach now.
Sure, no problem. Delta 3119, taxi Mike 1, cross runway 8 right.
Glide Star.
Cross runway 8 left. And then a right on
And
kilo.
we will arm the speed brakes.
Taxi back out.
Now on the ILS, and we are good to go. Flaps 2, speed brake. Miami Tower, good evening, American 2126, 11 mile final, 9er.
American 2526, Miami Tower. Good evening, wind 070 at 6, runway 9er, third wing.
Good level 9 copy, winds 2526. Gear down.
761, runway 8 right, left and wait after the Delta crosses.
And gears coming down.
Scratch that. American 761, after the Delta crosses, wind 070 at 6, RNAV Jama, runway 8 right, Victor.
Speed check, flaps 3.
2,500.
Check. Let's pause the music
737,
and focus on the landing. Alright guys, here we go. Short and sweet. Once we get to 7 miles, we will go managed speed, go full flaps, and do our landing checks. Manage speed, and we see the speed bleeding off. Flaps full, speed check. Landing checklist. ECAM no blue, landing checklist is complete. And here we go. And this is why I love the night flying. Look at all these lights. It is beautiful. You have a major highway. I don't even remember what interstate that is, but there's interstate running right here. And there's also another one running perpendicular as well. Beautiful night flight, guys. So these guys would have changed our runway. So real quick, once we land, we will exit off of one of these high speed. I think we're going to take uniform, check, and then hold short of runway 12, and take uniform, Papa, Whiskey.
Contact departure 120.5. Departure 120. Air Canada 737, wind 070 at 6, RNAV Baller, runway 8 right, 6.
One last look on the outside. Looking pretty good. That looks like a picture to me. Nice. And we're back in the flight deck, coming in for a landing at 500 feet. I'll say my airplane and let's land.
500.
500, check my airplane, autopilot out. Want to make small corrections even though we got a slight crosswind to the left.
100 above.
Check.
Flight 3456, runway 8 right, Whiskey Mike.
Continue.
100.
Check.
50.
Number 57, 4, runway 8 right, taxi via November, excuse me, I'm sorry, November 5.
And speed brakes up.
November 5, Mike, and follow the Frontier 8612.
Reverses green, decel. 70 knots versus normal.
Okay, 737, contact my
manual braking.
120.5 today. American 2526, welcome to Miami, left one able, stay parking.
Left one able, and we're going to Delta 45, American 2526. Alright, so we're going to go off at Tango 8.
2526. Delta 45, taxi via Tango 8 Papa Whiskey, this frequency.
Tango 8 Papa Whiskey, this frequency, American 2526, thanks.
American 112 heavy.
Alright, so we don't have to stop, store the speed brakes, clean up the aircraft, and we continue taxiing straight across. Landing lights can come off, and we can start the APU.
Delta 3119.
And he said Tango Papa.
Lima 2,
so
202, Lima 2,
we will make a left here on Papa.
Cross runway 8 left, cross runway 8 right at Lima 2, and then
pedal disconnect.
Right on Mike to join pattern.
And we take Papa, then right on a Whiskey to the gate. Let's call GSX to make them know that we are here. So we're going to Delta 45.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
Delta 45.
Breaker 5704.
We want American.
Give way to the Delta, the 739 crossing 8 right at Mike 2. Let him join.
Thank you so much, Jared. Appreciate it. It did seem like a nice landing. Let me see what the landing rate is once we get to the gate.
5704. Thank you for the help.
Guys, we made it to Miami. So we will continue taxiing, and that is Victor. And is this Whiskey? No, it's not. Nope. Let's continue. One of the reasons why you prefer to be at daytime, right? And this is why I prefer the A380, because I could have that onboard navigational system. We have the onboard navigational system, but the next taxiway is Whiskey, so we turn right here.
RNAV, Java, runway 8 right.
RNAV, Java, 8 right, for takeoff, frontier flight 3456.
Beautiful. So we are on Whiskey now, then we make a right in between, we take the second right. Not this one, but the next one. And we'll taxi to the gate. I thought I started my APU, wow. And we can turn this to taxi. And our gate is on the left somewhere here. So we'll see the lights. One of the things that I would actually prefer for GSX to do, you know, we have the wing walkers that go out in the road to stop. I wish they would put those as well, so you can actually see them standing up there waiting for your aircraft. That would be pretty cool. That would be something cool to see. So let's see. Gate 45 is 49, 47, so the next one is 45. So this is 47. There we go. 45. And we can turn off
3119 with
lights.
0 at 6.
And make a left turn.
8 right, to go.
See how well we can park this plane.
Contact departure 120.5 today.
205, frontier flight 3456, settle.
And whoever is marshalling is all the way in the building, so we can't see him. Just a little bit more, and we're on the line. Parking brake is set. APU is running, APU bleed. Turn off, oh, I didn't turn off the, and stop the timer. Turn off the signs. Wait for 10% N2, and we can turn off the beacon light. While we wait on that, let's see what our landing rate was. Our landing rate, wow. minus 149, so that's pretty smooth. 10%. Turn off the beacon.
The boarding requested.
And we will deboard. And there we have it, guys. We are here. Gate coming to the airplane. And we have arrived to Miami at Delta 45. Welcome to Miami, guys. It is beautiful weather here in Miami, and also beautiful airplane coming into Miami. Wonderful landing as well. Pretty good approach, so it was nothing to it. We can turn off our pumps as well. Turn off, open the door, and watch our passengers deplane. Turn off our transponder. So yeah, guys, that's it. We are here. Thank you so very much for joining this flight this evening. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. It was a pleasure having you on board American 2526 here. It is the FENIX 321, the newest variant here. It's a bit noisy on the outside, so I will just sit in the cabin real quick here while we watch these passengers deboard. But yes, the next biggest thing that will happen right now is the drop of the Microsoft 2024, and that is something that we're all looking forward to. I'm not sure if I'll buy it on the day, but rest assured that we'll definitely get it between now and then. So stay tuned for that. As of right now, just enjoy the time that we have here with 2020. The A321s, the A320s are pretty new. The A380 right now, and soon enough we'll have the Max on the stream. So we're waiting for that as well. So we'll see how best we can work with that. All right, thank you once again. Until next time, appreciate you. Of course, if you like the content, please consider leaving a like, also subscribing, and of course hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next time we go live. Until next time, take care and be safe.